Hey guys, Joe here. So it's my daily update. It's Wednesday, and so weather-wise, in case you care, it's pretty shitty. So we're supposed to get like 2 inches of rain or something crazy. As far as like today, as usual, I've been working on the fence calculator. Now, the exciting part with that is I have been able to. I had to redo everything. I don't know if I talked about this yesterday. I don't even know at this point. But anyway, I had to redo everything into like the new system because the other one, it's not going to be able to handle everything. And so, is what it is. So I spent the time, got all the rest of the tables in there. And then, so now it's actually the pages that I'm working on now. So hopefully we're going in the right direction. Except for then it's like what it's telling me to do and what I'm trying to accomplish. It's like driving me insane. So we'll see what happens. Long story short, the initial or the MVP, like the minimum viable product, hopefully that thing can be like up by the end of this week. We'll see what happens, but still excited about this whole project. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to end up doing with this, and so yeah. As far as the inside, I wish I should have taken some videos or something. But they just started the paint today. So there was a few of the, I don't even know, the one cubby area. They say cubby, but it's not really a cubby. It's probably like a 10 by 10 area. So I think that's got its first coat of paint. Some areas, other areas have its first coat of paint. But then I'm like looking, and then there's freaking, because I'm crazy like with the paint, I'm like, they end up hitting some of the ceiling tiles. So, but whatever. Other than that, really not much going on. A lot of the contractors coming in and be like, we're completely dead. I'm hearing the same thing. Well, we see it where like the number of orders have like drastically reduced, especially this week, but I think it's also because of the rain. And then it's also some of the other customers coming in and they're like, there's like no quotes going on this week. We have other contractors that you can just tell that are like struggling, like really, really bad. And which we already knew that, or I already knew that. But it's getting bad, like really, really bad. So if you're doing well, I'm happy for you. But for a lot of these guys, they're not. But then we're also seeing there's these different pockets of areas where, so I guess the takeaway for this, for you guys, is like, I would find out, there might be certain areas, so this is where you might be able to talk to your supplier and be like, you know, they're probably not going to tell you who's doing really well, but if they're doing a lot of deliveries and stuff like that, they might be able to tell you, it's like, hey, we're seeing like this area, like there's a lot of orders getting delivered into this area. And because I know offhand of the one, I just talked to him yesterday. I think it was yesterday. My days are kind of running together, but just him alone, like he's completely booked out. He's got jobs into like the new year and stuff like that. And a lot of these guys, they don't have it. I think he's got like 30 jobs on the books so far. Most of the other guys out there have like 3 if they're lucky. So yeah, number one is try to see where you are, like the pockets of areas that might be because there's higher income, it might be because there's new construction, whatever it is. But if there's an area, like get in front of them as much as you can, however you can. Some of the ways for doing that, I always talk about the videos and stuff like that, and I would 100% do that. The other thing that would definitely be super helpful is city pages on your website. So basically what that is so you'll have for everyone does it kind of differently. The way we have it set up for my previous company that we used to own, and then we have it the same way set up for this, is just for each area, like, you know, for fence installation. So it would be, you know, fence installation in Deptford, New Jersey. And so you kind of want the headline where it's the H1 tag. You want the URL and like all this kind of stuff to specifically talk about like Deptford fence installation or whatever it happened to be. And that will definitely help, because if someone's typing in fence company near me and they are in Deptford, New Jersey, the chances of you showing up or that page showing up are a lot higher, because even though they're not typing in Deptford, you know, for the fence company, because where they're located, Google knows, and so it's going to show them the most related information, which if they're looking for a fence company, Google wants to show them like hyper local information, right? So if you have a landing page or a city page that specifically is about Deptford fence installation, it's a really good chance of that showing up. I've shared it in other videos in the past as well, but you can take, like, for the video content, if you have a video that is called like a vinyl fence installation in Deptford, New Jersey, same thing, they're going to end up showing that video. Now, not all the time, but I showed an example that there was a company, it was actually my previous fence company, when I searched for like aluminum fence installation in whatever town, I forget what it was at this point, but there was legit on the first page of Google, not including the ad area, but there was, I think that company showed up 5 different times. So they showed up on Google My Business. They also showed up, there was like 2 or 3 YouTube videos that we had uploaded, like, I don't even know how long ago, but they were on there. And then there was like the city page was on there. So it's the Google My Business. There was like 2 or 3 of the YouTube listings. It was the city page, and then it was the aluminum fence installation page, something like that, for this one, like for our previous company. So, you know, people talking about getting on the first page of Google. Well, imagine if like you have 6, instead of just 1 result, you have 6, right? So that kind of stuff really does help. And the other thing with that kind of stuff is if they're watching those types of videos, it's just adding more and more credibility, because people just don't do this stuff. So I would 100% do that. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Like when we did it, the guy that used to do the videos for me was the one that went out to do the estimates. He is like introvert to the extreme, does not like his pictures taken, does not like videos, nothing, right? And so the way I was able to get him to do it is he just was never on camera, like whatsoever. And the videos were all the same. So it wasn't like, oh, I need you to do this, this, and this. It wasn't anything crazy. It was literally like, it was, you know, and his name was TJ, and it was with Deptford Fence, right? So every video was, hey, this is TJ with Deptford Fence, and today we are in this town installing this type of fence, right? Or I'm in, you know, hey, this is TJ with Deptford Fence, and today I'm in Sewell, New Jersey, and I'm showing you a vinyl fence that we installed. Something like that. And especially in the beginning, you do want to get that information in there. You want to get what kind of fence installation, like you want to get fence installation, you want to get the city, and then it also helps to put in like the type of fence installation. So your name with your company in this town showing off this type of fence installation. Like you get all that in there, and then the title of the video is like, again, like, you know, Deptford vinyl fence installation in Deptford, New Jersey. And then normally we would have like a little space, a gap or whatever. And then it would have like Deptford Fence Company, something like that. And of course, like in the description, you want to put like the what do you call it? Like your phone number, your website, like all that kind of stuff. Put that all in there. And so it'll just help, because they're all Google's owned by, or YouTube's owned by Google. So it's all interconnected. So that will definitely help. And then you can always go a step above and beyond and do things like the, you could flip the camera around so it's actually on you. You could talk about like the permitting process, like as far as different videos. So if you have an installation video just showing that and nothing else, you could do questions about, could be like, do you need a fence permit in Deptford, New Jersey? Like that kind of stuff. So then when people start typing in Deptford, fence permit, something like that. Do I need a permit in Deptford, New Jersey? More than likely, that video is going to pop up. Again, it's just more ways for you guys to show up and also to build a relationship. The other thing I would like to talk about is, so there are different, because I talk to more and more like fence companies and installation companies, and that's why I know about like these different pockets that are doing really well as far as like, a lot of installations and stuff like that. And it's also because the people that buy from us, I'm talking to them, but then they're also talking to other companies as well. And so like there's some companies out there, and then it's, actually I'll just call it out, but like Superior Fence and Rail. So, oh my God, what is the owner's name? Forget the owner's name, of the franchise. Shit, what the hell is his name? Anyway, I talked to him like years and years ago. But anyway, they got like 100 locations. And the one thing that the one contractor was saying, because he was talking to the sales rep, I believe, or something like that, is that a bulk majority, like a ton of their jobs or a majority of their jobs are from referrals. So that's the one thing I didn't like with when we had the installation company, is it always felt like we were going after one job after another after another. Well, imagine if because I was talking to like another owner, and I'm like, well, how many jobs do you think it takes that you guys install in order to get a referral? And the number's probably in like the 30 to 40 range, right? And it could be for a variety of reasons. It could be like how they install, so maybe it doesn't work. Like maybe they could be better. Maybe they can improve the process. But honestly, the reviews are really good, and they consistently get reviews and stuff like that. So it's like, what do these other companies do to get, referrals like that? Because if you're doing like, just say you do 150 installs a year. Well, if it takes you, just say 30 installs in order to get a referral out of that, then you're only getting 5 additional jobs a year out of that. Well, but what happens if you're able to get 1 out of 10, right? And so you go from only 5 additional jobs to 15. Well, if your average profit is just say $2,000, like you're getting an extra 10 jobs a year or an extra $20,000, right? So, it's not always about how to get more leads and stuff like that, but it's how to get more out of like what you already have, right? And so what are the things that you can do to get more referrals and word of mouth and stuff like that? Is it like, number one way is ask, right? So talk to previous customers and like, hey, is there anyone else that you know? This is where I think with email marketing and stuff like that really helps, because if you have a customer list, you could be sending out an email that talks about my garage door. There we go. You could be sending out an email that's offering some kind of referral reward or just staying top of mind, whatever happens to be. And that would help as well. So don't always look at like, oh, I need more leads, I need more this, whatever. Sometimes it's just like, you just need to do a better job at whatever you're doing. And we're in the same boat, right? So how do I get, for every, 10 customers, contractors that buy from us, how do I get one of them to refer another customer? So just some things to think about. I think that's about it. So I got my son's basketball game or practice today, so I might have another video or something. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well, and hasta mañana.